This one already recording over here?
Yep.
I was telling him that y'all need to have an episode with women to go back and forth with y'all on y'all's, manly views. Wouldn't that be a good show?
Mm-hmm. You gonna be part of the episode, right?
The wives. I'm ready.
Okay.
When y'all ready, I'm
They're gonna be
ready.
like, I ain't never heard them dudes not talk so much.
Right. Why you so quiet, dog? You ain't saying that, dog. You ain't even
Last
talking.
week you had a lot to say.
They're gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna jump on that one. No, he just left the podcast.
Oh, I remember when he said Bill Cosby was his hero.
Right.
He's gonna say something for this part. Mark.
I'll be like, what? Can you replay what he said? That wasn't me, babe. They digitized me.
I cut with the convo. The better the people, the better the combo.
But yeah, Putin, man, they got you been following? Oh man, this RayRay.
Hey, what up?
RayRay to the camera.
Yeah,
Camera in the house.
There it is. There it is.
He lost a bet, so he's got to wear all that Viking stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But shoot,
Man.
Oh, mercy.
but shoot, have you been keeping up with that? The Viking, the Russian.
The Vikings, of course, I keep up with the Vikings.
Hey,
But
look,
Ukraine,
let's go. Yeah.
Ukraine and Putin.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation for them peoples of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Were you military? Did you serve?
Yes, 4 years ROTC, George Jenkins High School.
My man.
Look, I almost signed the papers. Me and Freddie T was about to go together, man, but he joined and I left it alone. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Military life.
You know, what was it that I heard somebody say last night? He was like, take advice, don't take orders. He was like, live your life. He was like, don't ever put yourself in a situation where you taking orders, take advice.
Wow.
So then that way you are allowed to be yourself,
Right.
and take your path in life, like that's unique to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just never stop growing, never stop learning, never stop, but it's just like, don't ever put yourself where somebody else dictates your life.
Right.
Those are your choices, and you got to live with all those consequences.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tell you anything. And
And you gotta go. Yeah.
You got to live with it. So,
it's funny
People in Ukraine dealing with now.
Right.
they don't even want to be in war.
Right. He just coming and taking over.
It was funny because I was telling him earlier about a video I saw, I think it was on Instagram, and the video had a guy who was a Ukraine soldier. He was crying, he was a Russian soldier. He was crying on the doorstep of a Ukraine's house. And they were like chewing him out, but he was like in tears because he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, living in a dictatorship type situation like that, man, I just, shoot.
Man, that should make you think.
It make you think, because a lot of us say, nah, hell no, I ain't doing that.
But see, nobody could do that here.
I know.
Somebody could try that here, but Americans, they too entitled. They live the way they live.
Guns, my nigga.
Somebody will assassinate them.
We got too many guns, man.
You can't dictate a people like Americans. They just can't. You can't. You barely can control them.
You right. You
know,
right.
shit. Look at the pandemic. How many niggas didn't even want to wear masks?
I know.
They was fighting to wear masks. It's like a request.
A request.
They had to make it a law, and they was still protesting. Acting. It's like America just, you can't rule America. It's just America's just not.
You can't really tell us what to do.
Nah, man.
Shout outs to Ukrainian president though.
Yeah,
for sure.
Give me guns, man. I don't need no helicopter to get out, evacuate. I want to fight.
He going down with shit?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw that this morning, bro. I didn't know Buddy was a comedian.
The Ukrainian proof?
I didn't know.
This nigga is a actor/comedian. He used to be an actor/comedian. I did not know that. My wife told me that this morning. I was like, wow.
Oh, he like they Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or they Ronald Reagan, whatever you want to call him.
Ronald Reagan was a movie star. Yeah.
So that shit is mind blowing, bro.
Man,
I just don't want none of this other stuff to trickle down and we get involved, man.
Well, we are as America don't want to go to war with Russia, but what they're doing is basically it's a UN thing.
Right.
So it's like sanctions. Basically, like putting you on punishment. Like,
Right.
like, well, you know what? We not gonna bring cookies to the potluck. You know, no more.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
they doing that kind of stuff to them because it's collective. I
Right.
don't think America wants to just basically take over the wars and just be like leading the charge, like they're the world police.
Yeah.
Especially when you're part of like a group of people, and it's like, nah. Sometimes we just gonna do our part of what we supposed to do.
Right.
In that situation, and then
Stay out of it.
stay out of it. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like Canada's involved. You know, a lot of people are involved. So.
That's
And
crazy.
his own people, it's just like, but they afraid of him or something.
Right.
I don't know, you know. I ain't gonna pretend to be, know everything about Russia. I ain't
right.
But I don't know nothing besides when Rocky was over there fighting.
Right.
You know, that's about it, man.
He dies.
He dies. But yeah, I know they keep cheating in the Olympics though.
Man, I saw that too.
Ridiculous.
They had a chick or something like that, right?
Skater.
Yeah, that's
But
what
see,
I saw.
even the regular Olympics, the last Olympics, they got in trouble for doping, and that's why they weren't under Russian. That's why they wasn't under country Russia.
Wow.
They was competing under a different name. It was like it was a different name.
Really?
But it was them.
Wow.
And so they weren't even. So they keep getting in trouble for breaking rules. He like just a badass kid that don't nobody spank.
That's crazy.
He just breaks all the rules and just
That's
won't.
crazy.
It's just ain't nobody spanked him yet. They just keep sitting him in the corner and having timeout time.
Speaking of the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, did the Russian did the Jamaican bobsled team, did they win?
Oh, I don't even know, bro. I have no idea.
You took such a left turn.
I was like, man, I don't know, man.
I ain't watched them.
I didn't see the Jamaicans. Them Jamaicans on the ice, baby. I didn't see them.
Nah, that's crazy though, man. But speaking of sports though, now we on that topic, man. I heard that in New York that there's a possibility they may be waiving their mandate for the vaccine and all that. So that means that Kyrie
can play,
can get back on the court and start going back and forth. So I think that's kind of interesting, man. Because I read some of this. I know I saw it on the news this morning that the CDC, I think, is also thinking about lifting their guidelines with the mask or whatever that they're wearing or something like that. I think it's like in talks or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just think there's a lot of interesting things going on when it comes down to this whole coronavirus situation.
The thing about COVID is just as from what I've seen in the hospitals, it's basically it's so unique to each individual.
Right.
You have to. And like a lot of people don't want to take the vaccine. I get that. Mm-hmm. You know, me and you talk about that all the time. Yeah. You know, the vaccine. And it's like you have to put yourself in a position to where this thing is real.
Right.
A lot of people act like it's not real. This thing is real. It's for real, and you will die. You can die.
Mm-hmm.
I took the vaccine, of course, because I'm swimming in it.
Right.
You know, so it's like. But what I have noticed, just personally, people who quarantined themselves, who put themselves in a bubble, it was almost like the day they came out, they caught it.
Right.
It's almost like a balance of, man, you can wear your mask, do your precautions, but you don't stop living.
Right.
Don't stop going to work. Don't stop going to the store. Don't stop doing what you gotta do. Because your body actually needs a dose of germs to fight off. It helps build your immunity, your immune system.
Right.
So if you just go lock yourself in a bunker, it's like a toddler. First time they go to daycare,
They
catch everything under the sun.
That's true.
And they be like, it's good for them. Let them build their immune system. It's the same thing. And if you basically seal yourself up, you breaking down your immune system because it's not fighting nothing.
So let me ask you this then. So since you in the profession, you got the scrubs on, we can tell you're a nurse, doing your thing. My question would be is what could we do for preventative? Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, people a little bit older don't want to go out here and catch this.
Yeah.
So like, what would you say preventative type help could help them so that they wouldn't catch coronavirus?
I would say first things first, like anybody will tell you, health you know what I'm saying, vitamins.
Right.
You know, you want to exercise, you want to eat right, you want your immune system to be in the best position to fight it.
Right.
You want it to be ready to fight it like it would be a cold. So it's like if you out, if you're eating terrible, you're not active, you have a stationary lifestyle.
Right.
You're not paying attention to your health. You're putting yourself in a bad situation. Overall, coronavirus and all, it's just you putting yourself in a bad situation. So what you want to do is the only thing you can really do, I would say, vaccine. I know a lot that's controversial.
Right.
I would say vaccine, and I would say healthy eating and living. And a lot of people have really seen a lot of things. And I'm not one of those plant-based pushing like vegan.
Right.
I'm not pushing any type of diets on people, but a lot of people have seen going more whole food style eating has really helped their bodies to operate a lot better. You know, so I wouldn't say you gotta cut meat out of your diet, but I would definitely say, like Grandma used to say, man, eat your fruits and vegetables.
Right.
You know, get your activities outside. You know, and be smart about it. You know, wear your mask. If you know you finna go to something where it's gonna be a bunch of people out there, you want your body to be able to fight it off, but you also want to be able to be like, man, I got my mask on just in case. You don't want to put yourself in any unnecessary risk.
Right.
You know, and that's one thing. You know, if anything, like even me, man, I try to eat more vegetables like in my diet and try to get more, you know, I take my little vitamins every day, my little zinc, my little magnesium, you know, my little stuff to get me to boost my little self up. And it's just you that's what you gotta do, man, because unfortunately right now they don't got no over-the-counter stuff you can go take, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like you know, you catching like, oh, go get your vitamin C pack, you know. It's like, nah, man, you just gotta really take care of yourself.
That's what's up.
And be ready to fight that, you know. But us as African Americans, man, I would really say like our diet, you know, is like really bad for us. You know what I'm saying?
Popeye's chicken, man.
Man, it's
killing
really,
everybody.
it's really bad for us, man. And it's just we really have to do better, because a lot of times what we do is we just basically follow. This is the thing about us, man. We don't challenge. We just was raised a certain way, and then we just duplicate it. It's like, well, Mama used to cook greens and chitlins, and you know, we get the ham, we get the everything.
That's important.
And it's like, yo, sometimes it's like, hey, you know what? I get it, but it's like we got to look at what we putting in our bodies, man.
Because mama them did it is right.
That's it, and nobody thinks outside of that. Like just because your mama them did it, it's like what you don't know is sometimes a lot of us, man, our mamas was teenagers.
Right.
They was young 20s. You know what I'm saying? So they was kids trying to figure it out themselves. So it's just like we can't really just follow them blindly. Right. You know, challenge this stuff. Learn some stuff. And it's like, okay, Mom, I'm gonna eat, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw that piece of lard in there, little bacon fat and them bread, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what, Mom, no, we're not gonna do that. Not this time. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna take this out. You know, this is better for us. And it's just like, it may affect the taste or whatever, but we just gotta start taking better care of our bodies, man, and just really pay attention to what we eat.
It's important to our lifespan, I tell you that.
Yeah, so. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like how the hell? You give me on soapbox.
No, go, man. Please, man. Talk.
I see us come in the hospital, man, and it's like some of the stuff that we battle be so self-induced and so like just a lack of knowledge, man. I had a dude that I worked with, and you know, I don't want to drop his name on the internet or anything like that, but let me tell you, this man worked. He was overweight. His doctor had him on blood pressure pills. He was diabetic. He was everything. Like he was just basically, man, I was just like, yo, bruh, any day now. Right. Like any day, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get that call like, man, I'm in the hospital.
You talking about me, man? Damn. You just went across the man.
That's how black is. So check this out. My boy went all vegan, which I thought was crazy extreme. and he went all vegan.
Did he go cold turkey, like just
He
all
went
out?
cold turkey because his doctor was like, man, you gotta change everything. And
I'm taking notes.
let me tell you, he's not diabetic. He's off a blood pressure pill. His weight is down. The boy be biking in the park, doing everything now, clubbing, chilling, just doing his thing.
Right.
Living a vegan life. The only thing he changed in his life was what he put in his body. Was his food. There was no diet.
He didn't work out or nothing.
Nope. He changed what he started working out, becoming more active because he started to feel better.
Right.
He had more energy. He was more clear.
Right.
He started just being active because he felt better.
Wow.
And it wasn't something that his doctor prescribed for him. It wasn't some type of anything. It's like basically like the medicine just kind of keeps you going.
Right. Right.
It's like, man, if you know that there's a way to make it better,
Right.
and get rid of it,
Right.
it's like, yo, it's worth a shot.
How old was he? You mind me asking?
My boy was actually, I'm 41, so he's like 50. He was in his 50s.
Wow.
Yeah, he was older. He was older, but he made the change.
He made the
man,
transition though.
later in life, but he feels great. And one day, you know what? One day I'll reach out to him and see if I can get him to come on
For sure.
on the show and
For
talk
sure.
about
That would be
what
awesome.
exactly what his changes were.
Yeah, we can do a follow-up story
This
on
is
him.
from me
He might
watching
be my
him.
hero, 'cause I definitely need to make some changes. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me
Nah,
tell you, it's
hey,
the
man,
guys
look.
like, and they I don't think he drinks no more. Or something
Okay.
like that. But I let him tell it one day.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Let
right.
him come over and tell it.
That's
tell
what's
us-
up,
Tell us
man.
what's good with him. But man, my number one thing as far as fitness, when I talk to my patients in the hospital, is like one of the things that I found, especially working with hearts, because I'm a telemetry nurse, so I do a lot with hearts and
Okay.
like CHF and like fluid on, and stuff like that. So it's like a lot of that stuff, man. I talk to them and I'll find out things like it'll be habits.
Right.
Oh man, I've been smoking since I was 16. Man, I drink all the time, man. I eat, Taco Bells and McDonald's. Man, I ain't actually ate a salad in 10 years. And it's just like, bruh, you gotta change what you eat,
Yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
like, cause your food is supposed to be your medicine. Your food is your medicine for your body. A lot of people don't get that
you are
process.
what you eat.
Yeah, it's like the old saying, you are what you eat. Your food is your medicine.
You know, one thing I always looked at it as, man, I looked at it as it's kind of like your fuel that you need to put in your body. It's like a lot of us eat because of taste.
Yeah.
Because it tastes so good. Typically that's what you go out and get what you want to eat because it tastes so good.
That
You got a
steak
taste for
with
it.
that butter on it, just
But when you can get beyond the taste and really realize what you're putting in your body, it's a whole different mind. It's a different mindset, man. But I get you.
I try to tell when I try to tell people, because I'm like, man, I'm not a vegan. I said what I do is I try to eat healthy the majority of the time.
Right.
So it's like I'll try to eat healthy Monday through Friday, and on Saturday I do what I want to do.
Right. You
I
have
have
your
a
day.
drink.
Right.
Because I want to live life. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Exactly,
live.
exactly,
You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to
exactly,
do what I want to do.
exactly.
But it's all in moderation. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? It's
right.
like I don't have to indulge in cheesecake every day after
Right,
dinner. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I can do it once a week. Shit, I plan on living for some years.
Hell yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's
Shit.
like I got time.
Shit.
I don't gotta get it in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think it's just a mindset, man.
No, I feel you.
Not to mention the portion size. Your stomach is what? The size of your fist, right?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you see,
It's not much that can fit up in there.
We just be shoving shit in.
I see shit on
Full of
TV.
food, man.
I see shit on TV that I be like, what? The burger stacked on top of burger with bacon and
ain't supposed to
ham.
fit in your
They'll
stomach,
put
man.
like a pancake stack for a syrup.
It ain't supposed to fit in there,
Nah,
man.
man. I be like, my stomach hurt looking at it.
Right,
I be like,
right.
Where's it going? Like,
Right.
It's
So
just
that's my
stuck.
stomach.
I hear you.
It's a
I hear
trip,
you.
man. But
I
like,
hear you.
fitness is definitely a life thing. It's just you just gotta put your health is gotta be is priority, man.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know it until it's failing them.
Right.
They be like, man, I'll give you all the money in the world to just be healthy, And it's just like you hear like famous people that are rich dying from health things.
Yeah.
They got all the money in the world,
Yeah.
man. They give you all up to just be able.
To have their health.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
Be able to be like, man, I just want to go. You know, you ain't nothing worse than hearing a dad, man. I just want to go outside and be able to
Play with
throw
your
the
kids.
ball with my
Yeah.
son and not feel like I'm gonna die as soon as I walk out the door. And it's like, man, you just gotta really take care of yourself. As we
Yeah.
get older, man, we just really gotta take care of ourselves, man.
So, my question to you would be: is what are some of the pointers that men that you would give to men that's like maybe in their late 30s, early 40s, early 50s, things that we can look forward to, like examinations or things that we might need to come to the crossroads with and say, man, I just got to go ahead and do it, man.
Get you a primary care doctor.
Okay.
And listen to your girls and your wives when they tell you go to the doctor.
Right.
Go to the doctor, man. Get yourself checked out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong going in there and get some blood work done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just stay on top of your
health.
Just stay on top of your health.
Right.
And because a lot of times they can early detect anything that's going wrong. And if they catch anything early, man, you good to go, man. We just buried my cousin last weekend from cancer. So it's just like by the time he found out, he was stage 4.
Wow. So he never knew.
Nah, he was stage 4 when he found out that he even had it. Wow. So it's just like we gotta be better about getting to the doctors and having regular checkups. That would be my advice for the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, and the 50-year-olds. Get your primary care and go to the doctor, man. Get yourself checked out and follow your regimens, man, and listen to what your doctor say, because everything is unique to who you are. Like, you know, everybody's gonna have different things, different backgrounds, different genetic stuff that you're gonna be looking out for, and the best thing you can do is get to the doctor, man, and just kind of like let them check you out, man. See what's good with you, and just watch what you put in your body, man.
Okay.
And don't be out here messing around with them scallywags, man.
Scallywags, no. No to the scallywags.
Wrap it up. Get out here. Man, want to do scallywags. But yeah, man, I would definitely say get you a primary care would be your best thing.
That's the best step, the first step.
Get you a primary care, man. Get your blood work, get your little physical done, and start from there. Then you and your doctor just create that really good relationship to where it's like, like, doc, you know, I was laying in the bed last night, I started feeling, you know, some pressure on my chest. What's going on? Let's get you in there. Let's just take a look at you. But he already has an established history with you.
Right.
So where he's been following you, monitoring you, has a thing with you, and you can really, the thing. But man, we really got to put our health first.
Right.
You know, put your health first, man. Start your day off right, man. You know, get your breakfast in you, man. Just really basic. It's really basic, man. Like health is really basic.
It's just routine more so.
It's just routine.
It's just staying with the routine of it.
Reach out to your parents, your moms, your pops, your grandma.
That's true. That's very true.
Sometimes they're still living, you know, just so you can know that history.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Because they ask on that form at the PCP office, what's your family history?
Right.
Man.
Diabetes and heart disease.
Yeah.
History predicts. It's the best predictor.
You ain't lying.
Man, and it's so crazy because you do, man. You'll see like a lot of that shit'll be genetics.
Dead on point.
Yeah.
From like your
be
history.
like, yo, my grandma had cancer.
Wow.
It's like somebody gonna pop up something, or like, like okay, say diabetes. It say if you have diabetes, eventually it mess with your eyesight.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that, and it's like they'll be worried about their blood sugar and limbs and thinking, but it's like the whole time you're not watching your vision change.
Let me ask you this though. I read somewhere they were talking about how one I guess it was a doctor who was saying that diabetes is not a disease because it can be. If you do the right things health wise, like what you're talking about, you can pretty much reverse all of that.
That's your dieting. That's your eating. It depends on the person because there's one and there's two.
Right.
And like a lot of times, if your body's not producing insulin, there is no correcting it. You know what I'm saying? You just need that supplement. You need that. But if you're a person who has eaten your way to that, Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying, and you know, rice with sugar in it, you know, you pour a whole bunch of, you put your whole bunch of, you know, you get your cornflakes, but you got more sugar than cornflakes, you know, all that kind of stuff, and you just open yourself up to those kind of things, and it's like really, like I was saying, man, health is very basic, man. It's what you put in your body, man. So it's like, you know, cut them sugars out, man. Them sugars, you know, them sugars and all that kind of stuff, man, is very addictive.
Right,
very addictive, and it's bad for you, man. It's really terrible for you.
Processed foods,
Man, I remember I was talking to a lady one time, and I was like, oh man, I thought I was doing real good. I was like, man, yeah, man, I just fixed me a little sandwich for lunch and blah blah blah. She was telling me about the sodium in the hams and all that stuff, like in the lunch meats. And I was just like, man, she just killed my whole vibe.
Throw the damn salad.
Yeah, like I was like, nah, man, because ain't nothing better than when you think you found something that you like, and you think you eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like then you find out. Nah,
I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a minute, man. Hold on now, hold on.
Man, I had a partner one time, man. He was eating some apple chips.
Bro,
Hold on, time out.
I remember I used to eat these apple chips, and I'm thinking I'm eating healthy and everything until he broke it down to me. I'm like, oh my God.
Apple chips?
Yeah, they was like chips that was like basically covered in sugar and cinnamon and everything.
Yeah.
My boy was dieting, and he was like, man, I got these apple chips.
And he thinking he doing something too.
I was like, yo.
That's me. That's that guy.
But you know what? That's good though, because it's like, yo, you see where the mindset is.
Right.
The mindset is based on, I'm trying to find healthy alternatives that I like.
But I think it goes down to the taste though.
Yeah.
He probably liked it because
he liked
it tastes
it
good.
and then was like, man, this is healthy.
Right.
I'm in there.
And his mind, the switch went on. He was like, oh, I'm eating good.
Yeah.
But really, you ain't though.
Yeah, it's like, I'm in there. From this point on, this is what I'm having.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the search. You have to try to find those healthy things that you can basically have the majority of the time.
Okay.
I'm easy because it's like, I'll eat the same shit every day.
Right.
I give me some little tuna, some little, whatever. I eat the same thing every day. And some people will be like, man, I can't do that.
Right.
Oh, that's just me because I just don't have a big variety of stuff that I want to mess with. And then I take my vitamins and I roll. But then on the weekends, I eat what I want. You know, but it's just, you just got to find the stuff that you like, man, and try to find the best healthy alternatives to live your life, man.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Cool. So what type of examinations? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Examinations. What should men?
It basically, you know, once you hit like, what is it, in your 40s, no, it's like your 50s, you want to get your prostate. Other than that, man, it's like you want to start with your physicals and your blood works.
Gotcha.
Those are your things. And from
What about
there.
age for colonoscopy?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you
that's
about.
going to be around
40s, right?
That's going to be in your, like mid 40s.
Mid 40s.
Yeah, it's like your mid 40s. But they tell you to start early now.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, they tell you to start early now. Like they tell you to get in there. Yeah, they try to tell you to get in there early, and because colon cancer is real, man. That shit'll take you down.
I mean, what's your man? Didn't your man Chadwick Boseman? Didn't he die from?
I think it was
colon cancer. I think it was colon cancer.
He hid it
something
for
like that.
a while too. But you started to see it. Yeah. You started to see it, man.
Yeah. So y'all go get your checkups, man.
And look how much money he had.
Right.
I bet he would have gave up everything to just have some health and some
supposed to
more
be in the
time
Black Panther too.
Have some time with his wife, man.
I'm still mad about that, man. I'm like,
man, I don't know how they gonna do that. They gonna have to digitally impose him in there because I ain't watching it without him.
I almost don't want to, bro.
I ain't watching it without him.
They said the sister's gonna take over Black Panther.
That's right. The sister one that was in the movie.
I mean, she was cool.
But it ain't Black Panther
him,
though, man.
You know what
it
I'm
ain't
saying?
him. Chad, man.
She was cool. But I think they were going.
Vaccinated, so they shut down production.
I think.
You said what?
But you know what?
Vaccinated, so they shut down production.
I think they was gonna eventually go that route anyway, though.
I think so too, because you can kind of tell with a lot of movies, like even with 007, they got a woman in it now.
Yeah, I think they was
kind of
gonna
like
eventually go that
women's
route
movement
anyway.
type, get them on board.
You seen the part in Avengers Endgame where it was like all the women got together and they was like, we got it from here.
Yeah.
And they showed all the women, the Iron Man woman,
they had your girl, what's your girl? Miss, oh man, what's her name? Captain Marvel, that's her name.
They led the charge and it was
right.
It was like, I think they was getting ready, gearing up to basically move that direction anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's still unfortunate it would have been better to see him hand off the mantle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Than like, you just watch a new show and it's like, oh, he not there. Or they gonna be talking about it. Kind of like when Martin and Gina broke up.
Oh,
and
man.
they kept doing
that last season was the worst, bro.
Like he on the phone with her and stuff.
Yes.
Like, man, that killed it.
I was like, that 5th season was terrible, man.
Yeah, that killed it, man.
They owe us that one, man.
What y'all think about that new Fresh Prince that's coming out?
I haven't seen it yet. It said if you go on what is it on? It's on Paramount.
Okay.
So if you go on Paramount, you get a subscription with Paramount. Shout out to Paramount. If you go on there and get a subscription, you can watch the whole season. I think the first couple of episodes of the season.
Have y'all seen it?
I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, I seen the previews.
I see the previews. I seen the previews.
You think it's worth?
It look like some shit like Tyler Perry did it or some shit. Like,
Hey, what's wrong with Tyler Perry? What's wrong with TP, dog?
It just look all dramatic now. It don't look fun. Like, it just look like.
Well, they say Will Smith had his hand. He got his hand in it, and he wanted it to be more of like a real drama. Like, it tells his real raw story, I guess, of how he, whatever, the Fresh Prince.
I ain't like that shit.
No, it's not based off of him, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's off
the producer of the original show is based off of.
But he wanted to tell the story like from the original, like without all the comedy and all the other stuff.
If it's comedic, then it's comparisons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
If it's a comedy, now you're gonna be like, oh, well, it's not as funny as last time.
Right.
You have to make it different in order to.
I don't like it, man. But I'm one of those people that don't like change.
But let's just think about it. Think about this though. If they tried to make the Martin show over again and then made it realistically, it wouldn't bang the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be the same Martin. Like, Martin is funny.
They might, but even when they try to do the cause they talking about doing the anniversary.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like,
don't do that, man.
I'm like, leave it alone.
Yeah,
man.
Don't do the same thing that Will and them did. It was good for when Will and them did it because they had both and Vibs there.
Yeah.
And it was just
everybody was there.
Right.
It's like the cast was there.
But Avery, your boy, Uncle Phil wasn't there though. That's the only person that wasn't there. But I mean, they ain't got Tommy no more, man.
Yeah, Tommy
ain't got no job.
Yeah, man, you need that.
You gotta have Tommy on there, man. But nah, I feel you on that though, man. I maybe it's just one of them things we just gotta check it out. Cause I will say this. I started watching the Game. You remember The Game?
Yeah.
So they got a new reboot. And
but you see, they stayed in the same
vein, and they got some of the same characters that's in it. So it's like,
just showing those characters have evolved a little bit.
Exactly.
Now they doing, but it's still that same storyline.
Same storyline.
But it's like to try to bring in a whole new group and do the same storyline.
Because Uncle Phil didn't look like Uncle Phil.
Nah, man. And then Carlton was all like popular and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Basically, what can people look forward to with this podcast in the future? What is it that we going to bring to them, besides different perspectives and different points of views from people from different walks of life?
You saying what else?
Yeah, like what is it? What's your vision here?
My vision actually, man, is to really showcase how beautiful the city of Tampa is. That's one of my pillars that I want to do. And my second one is just to kind of showcase my talent and what I can do for a client and what I do on a daily. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's a cut with a conversation, but the conversation is going to lead into something that it goes down to what you may do, something that's very unique about the client. Yeah. I'm putting all the emphasis on the client. So like if you're in my chair, we're going to be, we having a conversation, we kicking it, we talking about Fresh Prince, we talking about every current event we can talk about. But eventually I'm curving the conversation into highlighting what you do that is beneficial, that somebody may watch us and be like, okay, man, I like that. That's a cool idea. That's a cool concept. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just sharing with RayRay, one of our episodes we want to do. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but we got a really good episode coming up for y'all, and it's just like with one of my clients, and the dude has a dope job. Like, I mean, his job is like off the chain, bro. Like
Kanye West,
bro. Like this dude was just at All-Star Weekend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He doing stuff like that, and like I've known him for so long.
Yeah.
So it's like to see him progress and get into.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So like to see him get into a profession and to see him progress and just see how he grew.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to showcase to the audience. Like I want everybody to see like, okay, this is what my job is, man. I meet cool people on the daily.
That's crazy.
And then it's just like I sit down with them, I talk to them, I see what they got going on, and we make a connection. Right. Yeah, I give you a good haircut. In return, you're giving me like something that's even more better than that, which is like your personal experience. Yeah. I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is I just want to just really get some cool people in my chair that do really cool things and highlight them. Like blast them off, promote them, show them. Cause like I'm pretty sure this same stuff that we're putting out, he's gonna be able to use for his own promotion.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So my thing is just like being able to just like for us just to kind of like sit down with all kind of shades of brothers. I cut all types of hair. So it's like just being able to sit down with them and explore their differences in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like that's pretty much like the whole gist of the whole podcast.
That's what's up, man.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
I
man.
tell anybody like as far as like me, like, you know, as far as how when it comes to nursing and medicine and things like that, it's definitely one of those professions that you want to have a passion.
Right.
Because you're gonna see a lot of people. Like I know there's certain parts of medicine that I can't, because of my personality, I can't work in.
Right.
There's certain branches of medicine where it's like I do have a heart for it. Mm-hmm. You know, when I see people come in and they have heart problems and they can't breathe, and it's like, yo, my heart goes out to them, because it's almost like you watching somebody drown in their own body, because it's like we got to get some oxygen in them. We got to, you know, we got to get an IV in them. We got to do what we got to do to get this person to where they are, you know, back to where they, you know, where they were. Right. So when you see that kind of stuff, you can't go into nursing and think like, oh, I'm gonna go into nursing for money. Right. Or I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna travel the world and I'm gonna do this. And it's like, no, but you know what you're gonna have to do? Right. You're gonna have to meet some people that are in a real bad situation, and you're gonna have to be able to care enough to think outside of the box. Because not everybody's the same. Right. We all have a template that we follow, but it's like sometimes you gotta be able to try to think of like, when you see your patient struggling to breathe, sometimes it'll be so simple as, man, you know what? Hey, let's sit your bed up. Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta care enough to like really look at your people and see what's going on with your patients. Right. To give them that care.
But you know, it's essentially though, bro. It's funny we get on this topic because it's like it's the same thing in my field. Like whenever I go into work, it's like a brother may come in there and he may want a haircut, but some people come in there and just want more than just a haircut. And it's not until you really get in and dig in and really start talking to that person and you start finding out what that person could be dealing with just today. Man. Because you know, people, energy is real and energy transfers. So it's like whenever I'm in a chair, I may have RayRay in my chair, and RayRay just had a bomb day. You know what I'm saying? RayRay coming in thing, excited, ready to go to the casino and put it all on black. You know,
Ray ain't never had a bad day, man.
Right. So the thing is though, what's cool about that is like I get to feed off of RayRay's energy. When he's sitting in my chair, I get to take that energy, and then that builds on to the next client who might not have the same energy as RayRay. RayRay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
That's RayRay.
Right. We're gonna leave RayRay alone. Right. Exactly. For real. But I mean, that's just interesting because it's like it's certain things, man. Like you can't just be a barber. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna come in here and cut your hair and just go through the motions. Yeah. I got to really be like in tune with my client and have a conversation with them, talk to them, be able to, you know, see what's going on with them, because you never know the conversation that you may have with somebody that may change their direction in their thought process, in their life, and what their next move is when they leave out that shop. Everything. You just never know the impact that you can have on somebody's life. And it seems like it's very similar to you. It's like it's in a different form because they coming to you for help in their health or whatever the situation may be. But you have to also think beyond just their health. You know what I'm saying? You got to think like for their comfort in that moment, what they might need. You know what I'm saying? And it's just basically thinking outside of yourself and just really giving your full undivided attention to the client.
And that's what, you know, sometimes I tell my nurses, like, look, you know, when you dealing with these people, man, it's like, yo, you're meeting them at their worst.
Right.
You're not meeting them in their office. You're not meeting them where they're shining or where they're starting. You meeting these people this is 9 times out of 10, this is the worst day of their life. So their manners are gonna be off. Their patience is gonna be off.
Right.
And it's like, it's up to you to try to pour into them. And it's hard to do that, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to pour into somebody patient after patient after patient after patient. I get it. It's easy to become very callous.
Right.
And be like, oh, another one that can't breathe. Okay. Why can't you breathe? Like, it's easy to become like that. But it's like, you have to understand that individualized care is something that my hospital pushes. And that means a lot. It's
like
very simple.
type.
It's individualized care. It's like basically when you come in, your care is tailor-made to you as an individual.
Wow.
You know, so it's like your doctor is going to look at your life, your history, your everything.
You're a subject matter, basically. You've been studied.
And they're going to basically streamline your care to who you are.
Wow.
And as a person, man, that's like in a hospital, man, that's kind of the best you can ask for.
Wow.
It's like you take me as a person into consideration of what you're gonna do.
Right.
It's like okay, you take Tupac, just to bring it to something that everybody can understand.
Right.
When he first got shot, the recommendation was to remove his lung, one of his lungs. His mother was like, he's an artist. You can't take his lung.
Right.
Do what you got to do to patch up his lung. You can't take his lung. And that's like based on who he is and what he does, it had to change the course that the medical team took.
Right.
Because it's like you can't take his lung and change his voice.
Right.
That's how he makes a living.
Right.
So it's just, that's what you want to offer your patients based on who they are. It's like you can't just go in there and be like, oh, they got this is what we do. Nah, you can't do that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's individualized care means a lot.
I never knew that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew y'all get that deep.
Man, you have to, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I seen a team one time work on a lady. It was in the ICU unit, and they have what's called a stent in the heart.
Right.
You know, and the lady was getting her stent pulled, and it's basically like a little cord that they put in the heart. It's always critical because a patient can turn at that point. The doctor pulled a stent.
When you say turn, can you explain?
That means basically they can go from being okay to being very critical.
Oh, okay.
So this patient turned. This patient started to code, which means that her heart rate's dropping, she's basically dead, and it's time to do CPR.
Wow.
And this was one of my first views at CPR in the ICU. And man, I wish I can remember all of their faces, but I can't remember their names.
Right.
And this team was so passionate about saving this woman. I mean, they worked so hard. And this was at Largo Medical Center. And they really worked hard, man. They did everything. I mean, to the point to where they were working on this woman and they were crying.
Wow.
Like she was a family member.
Dang.
And I was like, I was like, man, I want that team. I want a team like that working on me, that like, yo, they just care about life and they don't want to lose not one patient on the shift. I mean, they was in there, man, they was just pumping, sweating, everybody running, everybody pushing, everybody doing what they got to do to save this woman.
Right.
And unfortunately, there was nothing that can be done. You know, but let me tell you, when it was like a sadness, over the whole unit, that whole team. It wasn't just a job. It's not just a job. And you get these people that come in and they think it's gonna be just a job. You won't last. You gotta have a passion for this. You gotta wanna help people.
Right.
You gotta want to. And if you don't, you won't last. Because some of the things you're gonna deal with and some of the things you're gonna see,
Right.
you're gonna make it.
I didn't see the difference. Me plus you equals everything I'm missing. What do? Window shopping, dress for the summertime, photo shopping, relationship.